Chandra, how are you? Hey everyone. Uh, right. I hope everyone is doing fine. I tried to do it this way today. Let's see. Okay, how's everyone doing? Sunday, right? It is Sunday. One of the weekend. Well, tomorrow is Monday, of course, so we'll get back to work from tomorrow. But the last day of the weekend. So let's have a chat. I did not have a good sleep, by the way, guys. So I'm not gonna be like full energetic right now, but anyway. Hi, programmer. Long time no see. Where have you been? Timothy. Hi. Manjur Ahmed. Hi. Sorry, is it Manjur Ahmed? Okay. Oh my God, where is my live going right now? Right, I have come live today. I'm trying portrait mode and landscape mode at the same time. See how it works from, because if you want to see a big screen, you can join my live stream, which is on landscape mode. And if you are talking to me, like if you like to prefer to talk to me like this, then you can just join you know portrait mode, otherwise landscape mode, whichever and ever and ever. Feel like I just want to do yoga or something like that. It looks great. Oh, thank you, Timothy. Guys, again, I'm mentioning I am live from my landscape mode and from portrait mode. So if you want to see the bigger picture, you can join my landscape mode live, um, or you can watch me on portrait mode like this. Okay, either way. But if you want to see the bigger picture, the better picture, I think the other one is better. So today is going to be more of a candid talk. Isn't it better to do a candid discussion? Guys, candid discussion is always lovely because from few days I've been doing like political and social live stream, like talking about social topics, political topics. Today I felt like maybe I'm just gonna do something else. Like why are programmers asking why I'm not mod? Programmer, I try to take off people who are not modding from some time. So when I make people mod, I expect them to be more often. So if you're not coming on my live stream more often, then there's no point, making people mod. That's why I probably got rid of some people as a mod. No offense, but that's the reason why I had to take some people off from mod. For example, Ramin, Israel Ramirez, and Timothy, these three, and Haya, these four, and Chandana as well. Five people are constant on my live streams. That's why I keep them, but most people just come and goes. That's why. Not no offense. It's just that I want people to be modding. Otherwise there's no point of keeping mods. Hi Timothy, thank you for joining on my uh, landscape live. I don't know why is my camera stuck or something. No idea. But either way, at least it is working. I'm just trying to see. I've noticed like I bought this webcam on the other one, and the webcam is like it's not very fast moving. I don't know what's wrong with the webcam. Something to do with the webcam. It's just keep the picture is keep stucking on there. Like if I move, it's just gonna go away or something. Sorry, I can't stay today. Family, it's okay, Aaron. No problem. I totally understand family commitments, right? Totally understand that. So, but you have a good time. Hopefully, you have a good time. Enjoy your Sunday roast. Okay. So, but I'm just trying it today. Well, it's just a casual one today. Casual live stream. Okay, hi Aaron. Hi Raj. Goodness sake, my live stream is going in India or something because there are plenty of Indian names coming up. Not bad at all. I'm just curious. Um, Timothy. Hi Timothy again. Welcome, Chandana. Thank you. Miss Kola. You look so beautiful, madam. Alright, thank you, Aaron. Thank you. So, guys, just a curiosity. Um, again, as I said, as I was saying, um, lately I've been talking too much political stuff, and whenever we talk political, most of the time we end up hurting people's feelings, because nowadays people have sort of different type of political leaning, and if I don't talk like them, then I just end up offending some people. That's not my motive. I do not want to offend anyone. It's just that some people are very snowflakey, unfortunately. Their feelings get hurt so much. Um, I'm not even gonna read the comments about marry me and stuff. Sorry to say. Like, what makes you think the nameless ID is gonna ask me marry me? You serious? Are you like? You should have some standard to even troll. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now, yesterday I made video about different, basically criticizing different South Asian countries in Western countries, like how they behave when they go to Western countries. Not all of the people, but some people from that community. And I bet a lot of people would be angry or something, because again, like, some people don't like it when you take their name or the country's name. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Like, if somebody does anything wrong, then we can't do much about that. We have to talk about it. Oh, thank you, Shyam Rai. Thank you for being a member. Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you. So, but my just wanted to clear, my motive is not to insult any country or country's people. It is to put some sense in people, to say that we should call out people who do stuff to destroy everyone else's image. You know, apparently there is so much honor culture in South Asian community that if you say one thing against one person who commits a crime or who does something bad, then everybody turns against you in a way that, oh, you are completely against all Pakistanis or all Indians or all Bangladeshis or all Africans. That's not my main goal. My main goal is to call out people who does bad thing in society, so that people know that we're not all like that. Not all of us support that. That's all. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you. It's okay. You shared your viewpoint. Thank you, Shyam Rai. Are you the brother of Ashwarya Rai? Shyam Rai. Okay. Right. So today it's gonna be a little bit chilled live. I will be taking some personal questions if you do have any, regarding the purpose of this channel, the type of content I make, why do I make it, and anything related with trans, why this and that. I think most people know already by now what is my take on it. And but if you still have some questions, why not ask me? Ask away. I wouldn't mind at all. Say truth. What truth? Your message got deleted. Okay, that's the truth for you. Good, it's got deleted. Right. Hi, Sky Stripper. Thank you. Right. Gotta turn on the light. It's a bit dark, isn't it? A bit dark here. Let me turn on the light. Can I? Right. 1 second. Um, okay. 1 second, guys. Just turning on this light because I feel like it's getting dark. It's not normally, it doesn't get dark this soon, but today, I don't know why, it does get some dark. Okay. A little bit light going on. Guys, can you see the difference between my this live stream and the other one? So the landscape light, I'm doing it with a webcam. Okay, and this live stream, I'm doing it with my phone. Tell me the camera result of both of them. Which one is better? What do you think? Nice to meet you, Joel. Uh, What is about clothes? Please don't criticize Cola's clothes. Oh, don't worry, Tim. I'm not that sensitive. They can criticize. I mean, small thing is fine. You don't have to, guys, block everyone who say every little thing. But that's why you guys sometimes complain. Well, you know, that oh, I'm doing so busy because so many people, so many trolls, and it's hard to keep up with the trolls and stuff. But that's what I don't ask you guys. I don't ask you to delete everyone who say nonsense. Just make sure to delete only those people who are going out of their way, like too much. That is absolutely needed, deleting. Otherwise, it's fine. You don't have to, be that much up on it and stuff. Don't worry about that. Your cola is not that sensitive. Thank you very much, by the way, for your concern. Okay. Right. Old enough. Yes, I am old enough. Hi, Israel Ramirez. How are you? Yes, seeing you after a long time. Tahir Butt. Hi, Tahir. So, um, well, let's find out about this. As you guys know, I come from South Asian background, and I think I do have authority to talk about, you know, a little bit about Indian people, a little bit about Pakistani people, a little bit about Muslim people, a little bit about, people of trans and all that. The reason why, because I'm all of that. So I can talk about it. It's not that I can't talk about it. When I talk about this, I'm not talking about it as outsider. I talk about it as insider, the person who actually belonged to that person, to place and stuff. And I do care for those places because online, these places are they're very famous for intelligent people as well, but they're also very famous for internet trolls. They're also very famous for other type of crimes that are, a bit serious, something to talk about. And that's why I think all of us should, if we have some sort of online presence, we should admit it, or at least show it from our behavior that we're civilized also. June Bug saying, "Oh, your forehead hurts." My forehead hurts. Well, you don't have to watch my forehead if it hurts. Should I open it a bit more for you? There you go. Forehead. Yes. Forehead. Okay. What is the meaning of trans women? What is the meaning of trans women? Trans is trans. Like trans woman is trans woman. I don't know. If somebody doesn't know, I don't know what to tell that person. What language do you understand? Hi, Michael McElroy. McElroy. Okay. Hi, how are you? Thank you. So, I'm glad actually when people join in the landscape one because it's better view from landscape one. Not that I don't have better view here, but it's better view there as well. Please stop asking marry question. Seriously, I'm gonna block people who's gonna keep asking about marry me, marry me. Thanks, Chandana, for telling them. Hi, Tahir. So, how many of you can say you are open minded to be criticized? Like, what do you think, guys? Shall we, like, criticize our own people who does wrong, or is it actually wrong to criticize them? What do you think? Do you really think that it's going to stop the biasness or the judgment towards these people? We stop criticizing them. Do you really think that? I don't think so. But if somebody thinks like that, try to convince me also. Yep, convince me that, by not criticizing it or by not mentioning it, it's actually doing good to our community. Tell me about that. Because that's what we are famous for. Whenever something comes in the news, like for example, Nirbhaya Delhi case, yeah? Foreigners were talking about it, but Indians who were talking about it, they were getting so many comments, backlash from their own community for saying like, "Oh, you guys, have you even checked like how many things are happening in the Western society? So why are you highlighting like a case like Nirbhaya case and stuff like that?" Because these these cases should be told, like it should come out in front of people. There was a recent case in Pakistan where uh, the college girl, university girl, she was kidnapped and yeah, she got assaulted and all. And the video of her got released when some guy, the one, her kidnapper, he asked her to lick her boots, and it was to humiliate her, because she said no to him. So it was like honor thing, and that video was out, and whoever was trying, people were scared to criticize those people who were doing it, because if they do, then the other people would come and protect those people by saying, "Oh, you're trying to make our community look bad," and so it's, all of a sudden it's about honor. Why is it about honor? This is what I don't understand. Why we are so focused on a fake honor? Where is the honor in not talking about this? I think the honor would be to give women rights. Honor would be to admit that, yeah, this is something that is poisoning our society, and we have to talk about it, rectify it, correct it, work on it, rather than you know hushing it up. Um, Hi, gifted Domi. What is that? I'm here today. Your fans will have to watch their mouth. Oh, who's that? Oh, Evelina. How are you, Evelina? Hi, Leon. Thank you for joining in. Right. So I think that's the reason why I do it. Why I do what I do. Um, right. Hey, Paula. Okay. Where is Paula? Sorry, Evelina is Paula. Okay, so should I call you Evelina or Paula? Right. Either way. Let me see. I wanted to react to one of the videos as well. Oh my goodness. Hmm. I'll do it a bit later because it's just too much right now. Okay. So, talking about trans community also. You're trans? No, I can't believe it. Official Chris? Yes, I am trans. Thank you. Believe it. Please believe it. Um. Hey. Okay. So being trans, I think, makes me already like in a marginalized position where I can't talk about certain issues because people think, oh, just because you're trans, you can only talk about transition stuff. Why are you talking about anything else but transition? As if I don't have any other identity apart from being trans, you know? I mean, trans is like, it's just that I am one. Imagine like if you're a man or a woman, then 24/7 you're talking about, oh, about womanhood, about manliness, then obviously that's going to be like something is wrong with the brain, right? So why would I keep only talking about transition all the time? I like to talk about transition, love to talk about my experiences and struggles, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna just talk about only transition and the trans struggle and all. I mean, I can talk to about it as long as it's necessary, but more often I think it's better to talk about something else also, like social issues, social problems and stuff, not just that. Don't you agree, guys? If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate that. Rank. Okay. Something wrong with the comment section or what? Let's see. Okay, are you? You are series trans woman that I've seen online. Serious trans. You mean serious trans woman? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I replied to your other comment on my other live stream. So yeah, thank you very much. Serious trans woman. I don't know if I'm serious. Like sometimes I am a bit funny as well. Sometimes I talk about I do more flirting and casual stuff. For example, like my style is eccentric. So if my style is eccentric, then obviously I can't be that serious either. You should try acting, become a Bond girl. I thought they stopped taking Bond girls after like 80s or something, or 90s, 80s, 70s. Bond girl wasn't it a like 70s thing? Bond girl, um, Bond girl. Okay, wow. Hi Nayan. Kola, you're a woman just as much as intelligent conversation than just talk. Thank you, Timothy. All the Muslim asking for marriage in comment section, no idea. Albert, again, don't just say people, only Muslim people are asking me. Trust me, they're not only Muslim people who ask me, there are plenty of other people who ask me as well. It's not, it doesn't have anything to do with the religion. So don't criticize them on their religion. Oh, Muslim people asking for marriage. No, anybody can ask for marriage. Um, Hi, Joseph. Long time no see. Where have you been? Okay, did you had plastic surgery on your face to make yourself look more like a woman? I saw a trans woman and he had plastic surgery to look more like a woman. Well, she, first of all, Krish, that's a she for her. If she's a trans woman, then you may use she. But the other thing about plastic surgery, no, I haven't had any plastic surgery on my face. I mean, if I had plastic surgery, my face would have looked like a, you know, very petite and what do you call, very girly. You know, I still have my sharp jaw. I still have my, I guess, same face as I had as a man. So I think that tells you. You can tell like when a trans person have surgeries, you can definitely tell like their jaw looks bit thin, like in, and chin looks smaller, and the I think maybe cheekbones also look like more womanly shaped. Mine is like I have a very chiseled face. I mean, I don't have very girly face. Like yes, some women have face like me, but those women are mostly rare. You know, not normally women don't have features and face like me. They have very soft features. Women have softer features. Mine is a bit more masculine features, I guess. I'm talking about bone structure. It's not that masculine, but it's I like it in this way, to be honest. You know, some people prefer it this way, to be honest. But it's not very girly features. I don't think my features are very womanly and stuff, but they're fine. I thought about, but felt completion would lead to. You thought about what? You thought about transition and stuff? Complications for what? June bug? What type of complications are you talking about? Is your name Leon? Okay, so yeah, Leon, what complications? Are you a trans person as well and you're thinking about FFS or something? Um, when did you start having surgery to turn into a woman? Again, Michael, I haven't had any surgery. Yes, I have been on hormones, but I have never had any surgery. No surgery at all. I'm all natural with you guys, and I'm wearing masculine clothes, as you can see, you know, because sometimes I get criticized. Oh well, you have to wear like masculine clothes because you're a man and you're this and that. Well, I am wearing masculine clothes. This is me in masculine clothes, okay? No makeup. I don't have any makeup. I have lipstick on, but no other makeup. My face is as it is as I wake up. I haven't even combed my hair, so my hairs are like this. Yeah, no makeup. Um, in my mind, mysteries. I don't get your question completely, like Junebug. So Leon, what was exactly your questions? Like, what type of complications? Okay, official Chris. Not gonna lie, you don't need plastic surgery. You look 100% like a woman, an attractive woman. I should add, and you are already stealing hearts, at least my heart. Okay, official Krish, thank you very much. That's nice to hear. Um, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Right. Surgery is very expensive in UK. Well, Timothy, um, most trans people who have surgeries, you know, especially like whether it's a breast surgery or facial feminization surgery and stuff, they normally have it on insurances. So they have insurances, and I don't know how they find insurances. Most of these people who have facial feminization surgeries, these are the US trans people or Canadian trans people. I think because in US you do have certain type of medical insurances that covers for trans procedures. Recently, Trump is having a crackdown on those procedures, but normally they used to, like traditionally, they used to have those type of insurances that pay for your procedures and stuff, which was good for some people, to be honest. But then there were some people who were doing it for, because they were addicted to surgeries. So some people do take advantage of that as well. But in UK NHS, they don't have enough fundings for that. Like I asked them to if I can have my orchiectomy at least. They said they don't provide orchiectomy because orchiectomy costs so much, and I guess so I can't even get orchiectomy. So that's why I have no operation at all. No operation. Those of you who do not know what orchiectomy is just Google it. I'm not going to tell you because it's embarrassing to just define orchiectomy. Okay. Dumbar dip ravel. Okay, thank you. Uh, Leon, what's going on? Why are you swearing? Okay. Thank you, Dombardigo. Dombardip Ravel, thank you. Right. FYI, you are far more feminine than masculine. Albert, thank you very much. That's just your the way you perceive it. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. That would be a great help for this channel because I'm struggling, trying to find like-minded people. Only subscribe if you're here to talk, not because you want to marry me, not because you want to have a cup of tea with me, not because you want to see something else. If you're thinking about that, you don't need to subscribe, don't worry. Only subscribe if you really like a normal good conversation. I'm here for that. I truly appreciate those people. Of course I need subscriptions, but I don't need subscriptions from those people who don't want to hear me, who think that they will subscribe and probably I will spend some time with them and stuff in a like real time or something. That's not gonna happen. I'm here for talking. So if anybody likes my company, why not? I would love to talk to you guys. But that's about it. So if you like that, if you like those terms and conditions, thank you. I truly appreciate your subscription and your support. Thank you. As friends, you are telling me you had zero surgery. Yes, I have zero surgery, Krish. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The people who have surgery, they don't look like me. Look at my face, guys. From which angle do you think I have surgeries? Do you see my jawline? People who have surgeries, they don't have like this sharp jawline. They have very like this way, like feminine jawline. That's feminine compared to this way. This is sharp, so it's going like this. And same thing with the chin. I have a prominent chin as well. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not bad or anything, but I do have prominent chin. Not like, very tiny, like this type of chin as well. And then they got this side slimmed down or something so that the face looks like this rather than looking like this. I have very, what do you call, I guess chiseled face, maybe. I don't know what else can I call it. Does trans can join in army or defense in UK? I think so. I think in UK they can because in US there is a different procedure. I think since Trump has elected, I think they banned trans people joining military. But in UK it's a different story because I mentioned this on my last live stream or something that what was happening in US, that a lot of people who couldn't afford surgeries and these gender care, they were joining in army so that they can get free operations, free, hormone treatment, free, and all that, the facial feminization surgery, the breast job, and all that. So that's why most people were manipulating it by going into military. Military was supposed to be to serve your country rather than going there and trying to um, bankrupt your country by just taking surgeries after surgeries after surgeries. It's normally for the people's benefit, not your benefit. So I think it's good in a way that Trump has taken that action in America. Again, there may be certain people who are trans and who are genuine people who would go to military and don't want to do anything like that. They seriously want to serve their country. I know it's bad for those people because they seriously wanted to join military because they loved their country and stuff. But then because so many people were manipulating it, I think it's better to just completely stop it in there. In UK, I think they can still join the military because they don't provide you. Well, they can because military people could have private insurances and stuff. But so far, I know one thing about UK is that they can still join military being a trans person. And the other thing is like if you're in a war, if for example if you're a trans person, if you're going to a country where there is a war, how can you come? There's more danger to you, to be honest, because then more people who were trans, they were being more sensitive. Oh, he called me a man and he called me a he rather than she and this and that. When you're in military, you come across lots of tough people, especially when you go abroad for a job. You can't expect the same treatment. You know, it's it's difficult for those people. I think they made it difficult for themselves, to be honest. Like if you are that type of person who doesn't care, what people call you, especially when you are not in a civilized condition, when you are in a place which is not very civilized, where the condition is not very suitable for transition, then you need to lower your bar rather than getting insulted or felt insulted or offended. You got to be open-minded enough, I think. So many complications, to be honest. Surgeries are, second. Okay. You missed that. What did you miss, Josh? Thank you, Josh. Okay, but you also have dark circles. You should take care of your sleep. Yes, I have dark circles. I'm not sleeping enough these days, but that's fine. Dark circles are not like permanent thing. Once I start getting proper sleep, they will go away. So I'm not bothered with dark circles. Now, Krish, come on. Beautiful lady, don't worry about your jawline. You are looking 110% beautiful. I don't know why you are so worried about your jawline. Krish, I'm not worried about my jawline. I'm just stating the fact that, this is what I am, and this is the difference between a normal jawline, a jawline like me, the person who has gone through male puberty, and the difference between me and the person versus that person who had transitioned and who had all those surgeries. That's what they try to get rid of when they get surgeries. Yeah. For example, Lily Tino recently had surgeries, and I think she has more feminine jawline than me, to be honest. But of course, jawline doesn't alone make you a woman. That's another story. But yeah, she pretty jawline now afterwards. Not that I'm looking up for, come on, she would be the last person I would be look up to or something. But I'm just saying, surgery wise, yes, she had some surgeries done. Facial feminization surgery, you can be the judge of that. Uh, Eldo War, yo, hey girl. Hi, Mr. Smith. Thank you very much for joining in. This live stream, by the way, guys, as I'm telling you, this is gonna be more up close and personal rather than reacting on different stuff. I'm just gonna be talking, guys. see if I can have that connection, personal questions, and basic normal conversation. Get to know each other. That's all. Um, my sister Angela dies not like you are yourself. June June Bug. I'm sorry. It's difficult to understand what you're saying, but I do apologize. I mean, I feel sorry that I understand what you said about your sister. Um, uh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I don't understand what else you're talking about. Okay, Mr. Smith, hello again. Right. Let me see if I missed someone's question or something. Yes, trans people can join army in UK. Absolutely. Okay, trans people should have the right to be in sports. Michael McElroy. Why do you think, Michael? I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not gonna go and tell people or criticize them, oh, you should do this and you shouldn't, because I think that's not my job to do it. But I personally wouldn't do it because from me, I don't think it is fair for me. There are plenty of women who could be stronger than me, to be honest. I'm only 5'7", but at the same time, I've noticed one thing: morally, it is not right for me because I did not grow up as a woman. you know there is an obvious difference between me and women, so morally I don't think it is right for me, or well, to if I want to, then I don't think I should, because that's not gonna be fair on them. uh, as you as women can wear many what? Hi Jake. Okay, men have only one type of clothing on shirt and trouser, but women have hundreds of clothing. Well, the thing is, depends what type of men or women you are. Some men look after themselves more than women, to be honest. My ex, for example, he used to do gel in his hair, face creams, and shaving cologne and aftershave, and getting ready with colorful clothes and stuff. Styling his hair, loving his boots, and yeah, all sort of stuff. And whereas me, i'm the I'm the kind of person who's very low maintenance. Like, I don't even comb my hair when I after shower. I wash myself, have a shower, smell nice, that's it. That's enough for me. Just smell nice and have normal clothes. Like, this is my masculine clothes that I used to wear before transition, and I still wear it now. So you see, like, that's the difference. A lot of people think, oh, well, it's all about dresses. A lot of people transition because they want to do makeup and they want to have feminine clothing and stuff. I'm not that sort of a person. I can wear feminine clothes, but I did not transition to wear feminine clothes or to wear makeup and stuff. I just transitioned because that's who I thought I was, and I always thought I was this. So even if I'm in a male clothes or female clothes, that doesn't hurt my feelings. I still know who I am. Um, but I am wearing bra though, because the bra is, you know I like this one. The top one is like lace bra. I like this bra because obviously I have to wear it. If I don't wear it, it's not gonna be like, um, uh, you can see stuff if I don't wear it. So that's not the option. I have to wear it. Like, one type of feminine clothes that I always have to wear if I'm going out, to make sure when I'm going out, and that is my bra. So even if I'm wearing masculine clothes, I have to wear bra underneath, because not because I want to add something feminine. It's just that I need that support, guys. I got that body, so I need that support. You didn't answer my previous question. It's okay if you aren't comfortable answering it. What question, Krish? What was your previous question? Let me check. I did not see any of your question, Chris. I think your question is being muted by YouTube, I guess, because the last question I see from you is the one in which you talked about my jawline, and that's it. You just paid compliments, so I don't know what to reply to that apart from thank you on that. But if you have asked any other question, make sure it's visible on chat section. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to see it and reply to it. So I haven't got your question. Right. Are you biological female? No. Why people are keep asking the same questions? No, I'm not. Change the topic. There is a lot of topic for discussions. Yes, Mart, please help me. I mean, ask me those questions, and I will change my topic to answer you. But you need to ask me that question. This is the candid live stream. You guys can ask me anything, to be honest, apart from the address and stuff. Apart from the marriage questions, obviously. Thank you, darling delight. Yeah, well, why your English is closer to American accent, lesser close to British accent. Abu Majin Brigade. Well, the thing is, I wasn't born in Britain, and I don't think I have American accent. I'm one of the person. If I go to America, they would say your accent is not like us, and if I go to Britain, they are going to say, oh, your accent is not like us, because I wasn't born in Britain. You need to realize the people who are born here, they have more British accent. Second, people who come and later on in Britain and became citizen, um, they can have British accent if they want to. I've never worked towards getting a British accent or changing my accent. I was comfortable with my accent because more people could understand me and I could understand them, because most of my education I've done abroad. So I felt like I don't need to. I mean, and I tried one or few times. I have tried talking in British accent, and I felt like it's obviously looking. It sounds very fake when I talk in British accent with my mouth. From my mouth, it sounds a bit fake accent. It sounds like as if I'm consciously struggling to try to speak in British accent, and I gave up. Then I was like, no, well, I would talk if I'm more comfortable with it. And my question was, you had zero surgery. How do you have those natural looking oranges? You don't have to answer it. Well, first of all, I don't have oranges, official crush. I don't have oranges. They're apples. Okay, and how do I have natural looking oranges? Because they're natural, that's why they look natural. And they look natural and they are apples because I was on hormones. When you are on hormones, it helps you grow them naturally. Your own biology, your own body grows them. You don't need silicone or something in there. So that's what happens when you're on hormones. Reality compared to, say, Dylan Mulvaney, you may be trans, but it isn't the only trait you have. There is more to people than what they do to their genitals. Mr. Smith, I think that's a very good statement, to be honest. That's a very good statement. Because uh, I think, I don't know Dylan Mulvaney that well, to be honest. I've seen some of her videos, and through those videos, I can't tell much, like what type of person she is, because there is a lot of criticism and backlash she gets. I do understand one thing, like I think she was in that commercial where she was in tampon commercial or something, right? If I'm wrong, correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. And some people were like, people were criticizing why is she in that commercial, and then she was in a beer commercial, like so again, people want to stop buying. Was it Carlton beer, or what type of beer was it? Anyway, so she was in these two commercials. One of them commercial is supposed to be for men, the other one's supposed to be for women. and none of them commercials fits her personality. So I think that's why she's getting more of a backlash. And her content about like day one of being trans or day two of being trans and stuff like that, it was alright for trans people, I guess. But to outsider, it could come across as if she's constantly like living her life about day 25 of being trans, or no, or of being a woman. It's not actually trans for her. It was like day 25 of being a woman, as if like what you. I remember like since I transitioned, I never thought that it's gonna be like a day 6 or day 7 of being a trans. Of course, I made my transition journey video like 1 month on hormones, 2 months on hormones, but it wasn't like a 1 month of being a girl. My video title was never like that because I was never trying to be a girl. I when I made videos like 1 month of, because I made a video about 1 year journey on HRT on hormones as a trans woman, and I made that video where I showed the progress of from day one to by the end of the year, and I was very clear who I am from the very beginning. I always said I was trans because I transitioned into who I am, but my mind is still same. I never think, and I can't even think subconsciously that I am a biological woman. I've never said I'm a biological woman. I can't see that way. Dijan, Shadim, everywhere trying to mess with your head. Mark, I don't know. But if they are, do you have any solution for that? No. Don't talk like my parents, honestly. My parents talk like that, honestly. They still think I'm possessed, by the way, guys. I'm trying, I try to avoid people that make a caricature of their identity. Me too, I get bored of those people who have nothing better to talk about than just themselves, like especially like just the trans 24/7 trans. If I'm making a video regarding a trans topic, then yes, I can talk about trans topic, but that's not defined. It doesn't define my life, to be honest. Most of the time from like I've been transitioning for 10 years now, and there were several years I haven't even mentioned the word trans in those words in those years, because I almost forgotten who I am, to be honest. And then when I came started making YouTube channel, because people were like asking me all these questions regarding transition, so that's why it came back again, and that's why the topic trans started coming back again. Otherwise, not even that bothered talking about that. Okay. Do you believe in God? Abu Mahjeen Brigade. Why do you need to know if I believe in God or not? Aren't you gonna go in your own grave and I will go in mine? Well, I will get, I think I probably want to get cremated, but I'll go in my own box and you'll go in your own grave, aren't you? So, who gives you right about that? Because I can tell, like, when people asking, oh, do you believe in God in general, or when people are asking these questions, because they come from very orthodox, cultic mentalhood mentality, where they think their religion and they are superior than anybody else, and who doesn't follow their ideology is lesser of a human being. So that way I can definitely tell that is not the case. Yeah. You simply wanted to ask in a nice way. Then just ask like, well, are you religious, do you believe in God and stuff like that, but then say more. But mostly people who ask me these questions, they come from very biased, like judgmental point of view, and that's why sometimes I get defensive about talking like that. Because you can imagine, like, put yourself in my shoe, and I get really frustrated sometimes because I get same type of questions more often. But it's okay, I'm not taking offense or something, just because you ask. It's okay. Do you get hate from other trans that aren't as passable? Mr. Smith, no, I don't think so. No, most people who comment on my live streams, on my videos, they're very nice people. Especially like trans people are very supportive. They're very supportive of me. Um, Although not a lot of people, I'm telling you very frankly, not a lot of people who follow me are trans. Only like maybe, I have like almost like 5,500 subscribers, and out of them, I think there will be only like 10, 10 or 15 people who are following me could be trans people. Rest of them are not trans. That's very honest. Honestly, I'm telling you. Most of them are men, uh, the one who are following me. Straight men or maybe gay men or bisexual men, whatever. Um, there is very small percentage of women, and then even lesser percentage of trans women who follow me. Very small. So I don't know why that happens, because earlier of my videos were all about trans topics. I think what I notice about trans community is like they like to watch people who are normally talking about their struggles and more about my ring just fell off, so I need to take this one off as well. Yeah, the ones who talk about their struggles and basically like how many surgeries they have, or what type of panties they're buying, what sort of bra they're buying, and stuff like that. I normally don't talk about these stuff. Like I can talk about makeup and I can talk about these stuff, but as I said, throughout my channel videos, especially my live stream, I haven't talked much about that, to be honest. In the middle, I have started talking about makeup a little bit on live stream, and showed some stuff, but I did it because for a change, I was genuinely feeling like that at that time. Not because I had to. That's not the kind of content all the time. I normally like to just talk to people and see where we come at. Mr. Smith, I truly appreciate it. I'm gonna be making more political stuff videos. Honestly, I will be. That's my main goal. Political, social, you know, all these religious. Sometimes some of it, not too much, but some of it. Because thing is, a lot of people are very sensitive about religion. Again, I'm saying it, and I live in UK, so you can imagine. I don't know. Right, I mean to ask you because I thought LGBTQ members don't believe in God. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. Most people do believe in God. They don't have to be LGBTQ. Abu, I have a friend. Her name is Haya. Uh, I met her through my live streams, and she's Muslim. She believes in God. In fact, she believes in God way better than I do. And she's a practicing Muslim, by the way. I'm not a practicing Muslim. She is. Um, I just believe in God. I'm not a religious person. I just believe in God. That's it. That's all I can define myself as. I don't take sides of religion because I think when you believe in religions, then you can't be critical of religions. When That's why I don't call myself religious, because I am critical of every religion. There are certain things in religions that I don't agree with, and according to certain religions, if you ask even a single questions, you're a blasphemer. You can't ask questions and all that. That's why I don't call myself a religious person. I just call that I believe in God. That's all I do. And don't ask me which God, because I believe in the real God. That's all I can say. Whatever name you can call that God. Um, I'll. There was a time when I stopped believing in God. There was a time when I actually almost thought that I was atheist. I never truly admitted in my own self that I was atheist at that time, but I think more people could tell that I was kind of like atheist, and that's not because I stopped believing in God. That was because I was so frustrated seeing crime happening around me, seeing women get beaten, seeing like kids getting attacked and brutally, all sort of nasty stuff. And when I saw those news, when I saw those things, automatically like my faith was getting weaker and weaker from God at that time. But eventually, I started feeling very lonely because throughout my life, I have grown up, like especially from my youngerhood to my adulthood, I have been very practicing believing religious person, and I started feeling very lonely and alone. I started feeling frustrated because when you grew up with certain ideology, with certain ideology where you have you can't think of you can't think anything better. You have this sort of imagination that God is always watching you like a big brother, and they can listen to you. They are your friend. Blah. That's how I've been taught what God is. So I never felt lonely in that sense. So when I stopped believing in God at that time, I thought I'm lonely. I can't deal with it. Like my psychology was getting so weaker, even though I know the reality that that why God is not helping those people who are in need, and why God is letting Satan taking over everything and stuff like that. So many questions, so many questions. They're not getting answered. So I had to really talk to myself and tell myself that, what, maybe God is not the same way as I perceive God, as I have been grown up perceiving God. Maybe God is just different. It's not all good or all bad. It's just maybe God has some gray shades. Who knows? So I started believing back in God, but my belief is not the same way as it used to be. It's a different type of belief. I still haven't got the answers of my questions that in my privacy, I used to ask God, and you can tell like it's very serious topic for me, and I always get um, emotional talking about this. Yep. When you were that close to God and we grow up believing in God that much, and if you see people getting hurt, it makes you really wonder and question. I never had a question from God about myself, like, oh, I was never upset with God in a way that, oh, God, why did you make me this way? Of course, I have asked questions to God regarding this when I was a child, and I used to cry and all that. But that did not make me change my opinion about God at that time. My opinion changed because of some other people who were struggling. For example, when I saw, people in Afghanistan, some SA cases of kids in Pakistan, in India, again there were some SA cases, like especially like these atrocities atrocities towards women and kids. When I see them, I, I get so frustrated. I don't like it. The acid attack victims, there are plenty of them on these countries, and I get so overwhelmed thinking about that. Faith in higher power is the only way I could get to where I get. Um, I'm receiving heroin addict 3 years on January. God willing, and faith in higher power is the only way I could get to where I got. Are you talking in a way, Mr. Smith, like it got worse because of your belief, or you got better? Oh, you recovering? Sorry, I missed that part. So you're recovering from heroin addict, and God, believing in God, helped you with that. That's really good. That's what I'm saying. I think for me, it doesn't matter. A lot of atheists take pride on themselves by thinking that just because they believe in God, um, just because they believe in God, they everything. Sorry, they don't believe in God, or just because somebody else believe in God, they are silly, or this is unimaginable and stuff like that. To be honest, I criticize those atheists, the ones who actually have this superiority complex that they are evolved. Because some atheist people do really genuinely believe. When I was almost became an atheist, I was talking to a lot of atheist people, and what I've realized by talking to them that most of them, no matter if they change their way of thinking towards God, but they haven't improved as human being. Not all of them have improved, not necessarily. To be a good human, you don't have to be an atheist. You can be anyone. You can either be a believer or you can either be an atheist. If you're a good human, you can be a good human. But to be a good human, it is not a condition to become an atheist. I've come across one atheist person who said they were ex Muslim. That person said he was ex Muslim, and he's now evolved, and he started laughing at those Muslims and the practices in the Muslim areas and stuff. And what I noticed in that person's behavior is like he started getting the superiority complex that, well, I'm better because I'm no more Muslim. I'm evolved. So when I started like meeting that person, basically we were dating, and when I started like dating him, I've realized he's still as orthodox as anybody with any faith would be. Just because he's atheist, he hasn't evolved, because he told me that he can't go out with me to be seen with me outside, um, because he was worried what are the people gonna say and stuff. And I was passable that time. There was never a problem, but he was like in his head, he was not comfortable with the idea. He wasn't comfortable with the idea of taking a trans person seriously, or like small things like these. They made me question: Are you actually evolved? What is your idea about LGBTQ? And he laughed about that, and I was like, okay, well, so if you are that much uh, hypocrite that you can date a trans woman, you can sleep with a trans woman, but when it comes to be seen with a trans person, you're gonna be like, well, I'm worried what's gonna happen, this and that. Then you're not actually evolved. You're not. So that made me change my mind a little bit about atheist people. I thought, no, just because you're an atheist doesn't make you in a higher position all of a sudden. Yep, personal problem. And I thought, so I thought, no, it's no point. You can be any faith, you can be believing in any religion, as long as you are a good human being. If you can understand people, if you can give respect to people, that's the most important part. There are plenty of people from any faith who would personally, privately message me or try to, sleep with me and pretend to be the religious people. But there is no difference between them or the person who calls themselves atheist, but they still want to do things privately rather than publicly. And I have a problem with that. But there are plenty of people. Then later on, I found my, ex-boyfriends and stuff, and I've realized not everybody is the same. There are different people in this world. There are people in this world who can believe in any religion, but they can still accept you. They're confident in themselves, and they have more humanity in them. So my first ex was Muslim, and my second ex-boyfriend was an atheist. He was a Christian before, then he became an atheist. And both of them, like, they may have some other problems. Our relationship broke up because of some other issues, but one thing I admire in both of them, and that was they were never ashamed of to be seen with me. They were not ashamed to be seen with me. They gave me respect as a woman, trans woman, but as a woman, they gave me outside, like to other people who did not know about me. They gave me respect as women, and I truly appreciate both of them and their qualities regarding that. So again, yeah, they don't have to be religious or non-religious to be, open-minded enough. Hi, Kapil Kumar. J, UK means Uttarakhand. Maybe. Get some cheese to erratic. You mean erotic, June bug. Okay, I was agnostic at one point. Never an atheist. Atheists have a belief, agnostics have a question, lol. Yeah, that is true. I always had a question. Maybe I was never an atheist. I was probably an agnostic because I always had this question. Yeah. But the thing is, like, you can't, sometimes it's difficult to give yourself label because, especially when we have a questioning mind. Our mind goes everywhere, especially when we're trying to figure out what God means. What is God? Um, so the mind goes everywhere. And when the mind goes everywhere, you might give yourself so many labels. One day you're one thing, the second day you might be something else. You know. So, hi Haya. Today, Haya, we are talking about anything. To be honest, it's personal live stream. But right now, we are talking about God and religion. So if you have anything to say, please let me know. Do you think? By the way, Haya, so I was just telling about you as well some minutes ago that I have a friend who is Muslim and she's a trans. So I just want to know your point of view. Like, do you think your belief in God has gone stronger, or do you still complain to gods about, you know, why are you, if you think you complain, or you ask question to God like why you are trans or blah blah blah, something like that. Do you do that? Um, right. Let me see. Meanwhile, if somebody said anything different in the comment section. God accept everyone. Thank you, X. That's nice way to put it. Would you buy our robot cat? They are really cute. Yeah, I don't know. I have a real cat, to be honest. Okay, what I believe, because people who are against LGBT, they always say God will not accept you, so don't accept these type of. Well, the people who say this are, they truly don't know God. They only are going by the book, by the law. Because I think if you truly believe in a religion, in any religion, if you truly believe in any religion, then you are required to be empathetic. You're required to not judge people. You're required to have your heart clean and do not have this sort of biasness in your heart or malice in your heart towards anyone if you are a true believer. Um, but unfortunately, a lot of people forget that. And for them, being religious is another way of superiority complex, another way of prioritizing themselves and try to demean other person to a lesser level so they feel better about themselves. Some people are so you know um, immature. So those people, they may call themselves religious people, but they're worse than that. They're worse than non-believers either. Oh, thank you, gaming. Oh, thank you for your super chat. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm doing live from both ways. Like I'm doing live or landscape mode or portrait mode, and I'm enjoying it. Guys, I'm so sorry if I'm missing someone's comment, but I'm trying to read both ways the comments, like the portrait mode and the landscape mode. But I think landscape mode gives you better screen. It's a bigger screen, so yeah, that's much better. Okay, what's going on here? I will. 1 second. Yeah, okay. I will never complain to God. So Haya's message I'm reading. She's saying, I never complain to God. I see for help. I seek for help, and I have strong belief. He was one where there was no one. My faith is strong. I do pray 5 times. Sorry, I do pray 5 times. Still, no one can take me out of my religious belief. Brilliant, Haya. If you are evolved, if you have a warmth in your heart, and if that's between you and God, so I think you're fine the way you are, and that's perfect. That's perfect way to put it. That's why I don't criticize anyone's religion, guys. Because a lot of people, they come on my live stream whenever I make criticism type video, when I react to religions and stuff. Not religion, sorry. When I react to people who probably part of any religion, but the way they are trying to manipulate other people, the way they're trying to use religion for their own benefit, and by saying to people, oh, you shouldn't do this is haram, or this is this and this is that. I'm against those type of people who give them authority to dictate people what they should, what they shouldn't, or the people who try to unalive people in the name of religion. That's horrendous. If you're a good human being, if you have a warmth in your heart, then you would try to understand other people as human being. You can't follow any religion if you're not a good human being. I believe that. I truly believe that. You can't, you need to be a really good human to believe in any religion, because only then you will not be manipulated by wrong doers, or if anybody tried to manipulate you with your belief, with your religion, because plenty of religions, they have so many. Sometimes in some religions, obviously there are some wars and some other things written which are not very exactly peaceful. But then if you're a good human being, you will still listen to that, but you will not become that. You will always choose the good path over violence, over anything else. And I still believe in goodness of people. I think no matter what religion you believe in, if you have a goodness in your heart, you might not go against your religion, but you will still not choose to hurt other people. Because when people choose to hurt other people, those are the people they are seeking to to hurt other people, but they just want to find the means to hurt other people, and sometimes they seek excuses from religion and their beliefs. And once they just read one line out of context, they concentrate on the word war, and they just try to declare war on people. Most of the time, people try to gain power over other people through the means of religion, and that wasn't the initial purpose of religion, but they do that. Okay, what is Haya saying? Bless you, Haya. You have a lovely feelings, to be honest. What is going on here? So I request people don't judge me on religion, purpose, and your study. I respect you. Okay, not to hate just because I chose my path and gender of comfort, the role I can be fit wisely and smartly happily. Exactly, Haya. But that's the thing. Whatever is happening between you and God is between you and God, right? Who who is the third person to try to dictate you that you can't believe in God just because you are trans or just because you are something else? If it makes you feel better to believe in God, believe in God. Because what I can tell from you that you're a good human being. For me, that's more important, that you're a good human being. Same thing like abroad, outside of Muslim countries, for example, when Muslim people go outside of Muslim countries, and a lot of people criticize them for being Muslim, and they ask them all sort of questions like, this is written in Islam, this is written in book, that is written in book. What are you going to say to that? Do you support this? Do you support that? Not all people will support that. They unfortunately, not a lot of people, being Muslim or being or any type of Abrahamic religion, the ones who are not just Islamic religion, but any religion that requires you to you know be good human, but not concentrate on those things that is written like in a war term or something. Then it takes a very smart person, intelligent person, and peaceful person to choose the good side of that religion rather than the war side of the religion. And they are plenty. That's why when I sometimes make videos of people, or I do reaction video on those people who try to pray on streets, for example, let's say the ones who are praying on streets when they going abroad in Western countries, I think rather than doing good to the religion, they are doing bad to their religion. The reason why they are doing bad to the religion, because that way they're annoying people who, and they're not thinking what other people can be feeling when they're seeing you praying on their streets. Because if they follow the same logic, they can come to the street. For example, any Hindu person can come to the street and try to do their puja on the street. Would you be happy with that? As a, like, if it's a Muslim area and if they started doing it, I'm sure there will be a problem for that person who's Hindu. So why do you have that double standard? These are the type of people who manipulate the power of religion for their own good. There are plenty of mosques. Yeah, in so many countries there are plenty of mosques. Why don't these people go in mosque and pray in their own mosques? Just like everybody else. Like Christians go to church when they want to pray. Hindus go to temples when they want to pray. And the ones who don't go to church or temples or mosques, they pray at their home. Why do you have to, and you can pray in your heart, like you don't need to have proper, uh, namaz prayer on the street. That is, you're trying to gain attention. That's an attention seeking attitude that you some people have to talk about, really. That is not acceptable. I'm sorry. The people who do it, especially in Western countries, those countries are not used to seeing people like that. You can do it in your own country because majority of people will understand you are Muslim, they are Muslim, they can understand that. But they will not do it in their own country. They will only do it in Western countries. Try to gain attention like that. Why is it why is it acceptable? Hey, I'm an atheist, not every atheist, and same. We are the biggest supporter of LGBTQ. Krish, I like it. Thank you very much. I'm not talking about every atheist are like that. I'm only talking about those people. For example, I give example of one of my, the person who I dated for a while, and he said he was an ex-Muslim. He left Islam. So that's what he said, and I was like, okay, I did not judge him or anything. But then if he left Islam and if he became an atheist, I was expecting him to be more civilized, to be more understanding towards other people with differences, with minorities. But on contrary, he was not comfortable with the idea of LGBTQ or with anything else. You don't have to, I mean, I wouldn't mind if he had the same idea if he was not dating a trans person, but he was dating a trans person. So when you're dating a trans person, what is your problem that you can't give the respect to that person, and you have kind of like a secondary respect? There's no respect, like you treat trans or LGBTQ people as secondary citizens or something, and then you claim yourself to be an atheist, you know, while you're dating a trans person. So that's the hypocrisy. You either don't date a trans person, then I would understand you may be uncomfortable with the trans people, with LGBTQ people, and you don't understand it. So I can say, yeah, fine. You think differently. You're not comfortable with the idea. Then yeah, why not? There is nothing wrong with you. Maybe you're not just comfortable, and I would agree with it. I don't want to. I have nothing against those people who do not like LGBTQ, or who do not want to do anything with LGBTQ, who do not understand LGBTQ. I have no problem with those people. But I have problem with those people who are open to date LGBTQ, but they're ashamed to be seen with LGBTQ, especially when they're in Western countries. I'm not talking about when they're in, Muslim countries or Orthodox countries where their lives can be at risk if they openly date an LGBTQ person. I'm talking about those Muslims and those religious people who leave their religion and go in Western countries and still behave the same way as if they are in those countries where they can't do stuff like that. So what's the point of you leaving your religion? You can just be the same way because there's no difference. Um, why the messages are not moving at all? Okay. You're talking your words, what you told reality, how people using religion for their goods. Absolutely, Nomi Malik. Absolutely. That's why people judge, a lot of Muslims outside of in Western countries, and then people say, why people becoming, cruel to Muslims or Hindus? And it's not just Muslim; it's also Hindu people. For example, like in Canada, there are plenty of videos of Indian people, breaking coconut on the street by doing prayers or playing Holi or Garba or something like that on the streets of Canada, How is that fair? Like, especially when local people are giving so many complaints about the noise and the, you know, the mess some people leave outside. Why is it like people need to realize it's okay to pray, it's okay to believe in your own religion, it's okay to, you have a pride in your own nation or in your culture, but at the same time, don't don't prioritize it as much in front of other people. Don't brag about it. They don't need to know. Like, just as much as you want them to respect your culture, your religion, you need to give the same respect back to them. If you can't do it, how can you expect them to be civilized with you? And that's the problem with modern, Muslims or Hindus or anyone who go abroad and try to have this double standard that, well, people have to respect us and our religion and our culture and our values and our costume, but we are not going to give the same respect to them when they start wearing bikinis or when they start showing in mini skirts. Can you imagine, like, a lot of Asian people, the way they stare at women who wear short clothes if they see it? Why is that? Why can't you then accept them? If you're wearing a shuttlecock, hijab and burqa, why can't and you don't want other people to, to look at you like an alien? Then why are you giving them those looks that they can't wear short clothes in your area? It's the same, attitude. It's bad. It's double standard. You're expecting them to give you respect, but you're not giving the same respect back to them, especially when you're in their country. That is what I'm up against. Thank you, gaming. Um, if you don't believe in God, God will send you to hell. What's that joke? Um, I don't think any person who truly believe in God should pray to God only because they're afraid to go to hell. I think when people that's where people get the idea of God wrong, you know, because they are looking at it as a chore. So if you don't do this chore, you're gonna fail in exam. If you're not gonna do this chore, then you will not go to heaven. If you do this chore, then you will go to hell. They these are just chores for them. They're not religious because they love God. There is a difference between when you truly love God, the idea of God. If you really think your God is civilized God, then you need to show it from your own behavior, because people will perceive your God according to how you act. So if you act violently, if you don't behave right, if you don't have any civic sense, then people will take your God the same way as you demonstrate yourself. This is what people forget. They have to be loving so that people can think that God is loving. If they're only saying, "Oh, Jesus loves you," but all they are doing is coming here commenting, "Oh, you are an abomination, you are this and that, you are an insult, or you are a curse or something, or you're gonna go to hell," and then in the end saying, "Oh, Jesus loves you" and stuff. How does that make sense? Do you really think that you're the good candidate who Jesus wants to, um, like or approve? Similarly, and it's not just Christianity, I'm talking about any religion, any person who think that they can preach God with hate towards other people, with malice for other people, and preaching God's word. I don't think you are doing justice to God's name. And you really do. I doubt those people even understand the concept of God. You don't pray so that God will put you in heaven. That's like a condition. You're doing it because you have some sort of greed that you will go to heaven if you do that, and in heaven you can find 72 virgins or something. That's why you're doing good. Otherwise, if that wasn't the fruit of or result of your good deeds, then you wouldn't be doing good deeds. No, that's not the case. You need to be good regardless. If you truly believe your God is real, you have to show it with your behavior. You have to be a good human being so that other people can definitely see and they can get impressed. Probably that will inspire them more to believe in your religion than anything else. Um, Offensive to who? Ramen. What do you mean offensive? Oh, somebody said Ramen, you're offensive. What did Ramen say? Ramen didn't say anything. God just watching and laughing at us. Ramen, probably yes, laughing at those people who are doing, those atrocities in the name of God. To be honest, those are the real people, the ones who are taking the name of God and doing atrocities. God is laughing at them because they are the ones who are gonna see the real hell when they die. Thinking because they are right in their own head, but they're forgetting they're hurting human beings, other human beings. And Tim Ramin did not say anything bad. Okay, the adhan is coming right now in my house. 1 second. Can you hear it? Can't even mute it, guys. Sorry. Because there are two things that I have to mute if I do mute. Hi, Nuana. Good to see you. The Timothy, I don't think displaying, if you, for example, if you are a nun, for example, and if you are walking in your own nun costume, I don't think most people would have a problem with that. As long as you're not judging people with a short costume. That's my point. My point is not like you got to leave your costume if that is something that you really want to. For example, there are some Orthodox Jews, you know, eh, who have all the black robe and hat and two braids coming out. Very typical image of some Jews, Orthodox Jews, and a lot of people recognize you like that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think people, if they want to wear their traditional, their cultural, their religious clothes, they can wear it as long as they are being tolerant towards other people who can wear their own clothes. Problem starts when people can wear their own clothes, but then they judge other people. But again, if I think the best thing is that if you are in a Western country, for example, and if people are not used to see you the way you are, then the best thing would be, rather than not trying to gain attention, just you know behave like everybody else so that you can blend in well. And if you can't blend in well, nobody's going to force you to blend in well, but then you shouldn't be in those countries where you're not, people are not used to see people like that. I think that would be the best thing you can do. But unfortunately, that's what you're seeing, because people purposely going to those countries where people are not used to that a costume, that they're not used to the other tradition, they're not used to see uh, different type of religion and different type of culture. They want, because they already have a developed culture and stuff. So when they're not used to, and when you're going to other people's country, then you need to be mindful of that. You need to be respectful of that. So that's where the annoying nature comes for. You can do whatever you want in your own country, or in your own religious country, which follows the same religion, follows the same values that you follow. You can do it over there, and there is nothing wrong. Nobody will take offense over there. But when you go abroad, where people already have a very different type of culture, different type of costume, and they're not used to see people like that, then you try to blend in. I think that would be the civilized thing to do, rather than you are a single person, then you try to change everything around you rather than changing yourself. That's the bad thing, because at the end of the day, it is their country. It is, you're going to a different country. They're not coming to your country. You're going to their country. That's what I'm talking about. Hi, Shraddha. Well, I know there's a lunar eclipse today. I don't know. I've never like literally noticed lunar eclipse. I've always like known more of like a solar eclipse, but yeah, there is a lunar eclipse tonight, guys. It's not evening yet here. Not that dark yet here. Okay. Base reality, we are human beings, live without hurting anyone, at least by conscious, just follow your own business, and you can see heaven alive, no need for after that hell or heaven. Absolutely. Sri Satya Sai Pradeep. That's very true. That is very true. Like humans can actually, if they work well among each other and if they are mindful of each other, then they can create heaven in this life. Yeah. They can make this life as heaven, as paradise. But unfortunately, instead of doing that, we focus on, you know, how to make someone feel bad, how to criticize the other person so we feel better about ourselves. We some people do that sort of stuff, which is wrong. I'm not gonna say we. Some people do that. There is no heaven or hell. Live like a normal human guy at 2025. Krish is saying there is no heaven or hell, so live like a normal person. Krish, there is nothing wrong with that ideology. That's an atheist ideology, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you believe in that, why not? That's the point of uh, view. Like I was reading other message where somebody actually believes in heaven or hell, and you are the one who's not believing in heaven or hell, and both of you, I don't have any problem with any of your ideology. Whether that person's ideology who said they believe in heaven and hell, and your ideology who says you don't believe in heaven or hell is 2025. The only problem starts when people, because of their differences of ideology, they forget the main point. The main point is to live the best way you can without annoying other person. That's the moral of the story. Whether you believe in heaven or hell, whether you don't, whether you're doing good for afterlife or whether you're doing good for this life, either way, live your life without making hassle for other people. Exactly. Exactly. It doesn't matter, Shraddha. Right, guys. Okay, it's been a lovely talking to all of you, and I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel again, like and share. That will be great if you like and share. We did some private talk today. Not private, sorry, heart to heart talk. Like as you can see, big heart, heart to heart talk. Thank you very much for joining in. This live stream was without any political or social reaction that I normally was making videos about. And I think sometimes it is nice to connect with each other this way as well, rather than just criticizing on different, what's going on in the world. Of course, we can do this. I'll probably do that video anytime, but it's also important to connect you on a human's level. So, and it's fun. Sometimes it's nicer to talk heart to heart with people, and I'm glad I can slowly, gradually gain that type of audience who I can actually talk to and feel that I can connect to something. So thank you so much for talking and staying here. And yeah, look after yourself. Have a great rest of your evening, and yeah, enjoy your day tomorrow. From tomorrow, I mean. Take care. Bye. Now I need to end both of these live stream. Bye everyone. And here.